Who wants to work for the man? Underpaid, underappreciated, unable to control your own destiny. I take people out of the rat race and make them their own boss. My name is Dennis Mulgannon. I've been buying and selling small businesses for 25 years. From cupcake shops to locksmiths to laundromats. I've built companies with over $250 million in annual sales and created over 5,000 jobs. People ask me if I have an MBA. I tell them, yeah, a massive bank account. This is Be Your Own Boss.
All right, welcome to our second episode. I love this. We've got number one's under the belt, and really like this format. So, key thing this week, right? We're going to talk about no BS, no hype, just results. Dennis Mulgannon, take it.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to explain that to people? Yeah. All right. So
well, you trademarked it, like 20 years ago?
2005, actually, was when I did the trademark. Yeah, no BS, no hype, just results. Simply meaning no bullshit. Obviously, BS means no bullshit. No hype, no hyperbole. There's one for everybody to look up in the dictionary. And just results, meaning, and it was really tied to getting back into shape and losing weight, to be honest. I mean, I was going through a tough time. I was going through a divorce after a 19-year marriage. I was 254 pounds. Yeah, you can't tell in this svelte body here, but I'm about 220 pounds right now, which I'm still fat, but whatever. That's a whole nother podcast. And I was broke. And I'm not talking about broke. I mean, I always tell people, when I lost everything, and I laugh about it, and people are like, why do you laugh about it? I go, well, because I can look back. I always told everybody, look, I just want to be even. Being broke means you don't have anything. That's fine. I just didn't want to owe anybody anything. There's two sides to it. So as I went through that process in the early 2000s, it was whatever. It was hell on wheels, but I'm still standing, so I feel pretty good about it. So no BS, no hype, just results. Again, we're going to go back to F. Scott Fitzgerald on the right arm here, and I would walk up to the camera, but trust me, that's exactly what it says. Is we all get our ass kicked. We all fail. It's just who gets up. And, I'm lucky enough to be one of those guys that chose to get up. So. Well,
and that's really one of the reasons we're doing this whole podcast, right? Talk to other people, talk about, their trials, tribulations, and, frankly, help people drive the results, right? So.
Well, I mean, if we look at America today, and today is December 1st, 2nd, something like that. We did the first podcast, I think, 2 weeks ago, and then we decided, hey, we need, there's been some interest, so let's start doing some more. And the key being that there are so many people, at least what I'm feeling in the marketplace, that are a little bit lost in trying to figure out what they're going to do in terms of a career. And that's kind of what, we're trying to help people with the solution. Whether somebody wants to buy an existing business, yeah, we can help, right?
Absolutely. Or launch, scale.
Allow me to finish. Wants to buy an existing business for sale. Wants to buy an existing franchise for sale, meaning it's a franchise, but it's an existing business that's been open, and they need help. Somebody that says, hey, I want to look at a franchise concept that is new and fresh to the marketplace and make a really strong decision on why I would do that. Yeah, we could definitely help. Somebody that owns a small business and they're at that position of, hey, I've been successful for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it is, and I'd like to grow it nationally, and i.e., I want to franchise it. Well, yeah, hell yeah. I don't think there's anybody in the nation that's ever had more success than me and that's not an ego statement, but it's just true. Nobody's grown more brands than I have, and I can kind of prove that. So, yeah, I mean, we are here. I mean, I'm gonna digress here a little bit, and I probably shouldn't, but I've been on Zoom conferences all day, so I'm a little bit, don't blame me for being a little bit sketch, but why are you bringing a base? Are we going to hit me over the head because I said I was going to digress?
You're done with that. I think so.
I'll move to baseball soon, but and we will get to that, I promise you, because that's a 1919 World Series baseball bat. Yes, it is.
All right, go back to your other digression.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts of people that are supposedly experts in small business and franchise and all this. And at the end of the day, I listen to this bullshit, and then, I'm going to call it bullshit. It's like everybody's just trying to sell shit. And I'm like, allow me to educate you. Allow me to give you the rules of engagement and then make a decision on what you want to do in terms of exploring an existing business or a franchise or whatever it is. And again, I mean, we've talked about this, Sean. I do not, I'm not here to, I have great brands, so don't take this wrong. But there's so much out there, so much opportunity. I just want the people that have the, the want to, to do something on their own and not necessarily be codependent, on, Apple or Microsoft or whatever, some company to dictate their life.
At W-2.
W-2, yeah, at the end of the day. So, because again, I mean, my heroes, I'm going to say it every single goddamn episode, excuse me, God in vain, I'll take that back, but how do you say it without using God? I'm going to say every single episode that, small business America are my heroes, and they are. And, I'm part of that. That's who I've been pretty much my entire adult life. So, people that are running the barbershops and the lawn care company and, or they're in a startup that, blows up and becomes some crazy ass national brand that we all know, that's incredible. And that's what America was founded on. Whether you want to believe that or not, it is. I mean, think about it. If there's no government, no systems in place, you got to figure it out yourself, right? And so, that's where we're at right now. And I'm just, sorry, but it's like I'm a believer, and I'm going to fight that fight for small business America, no matter what that means. So,
all right. I love to fight the fight. And our goal is to share what you know. So we're talking about, trials, tribulations, and what you've done, what you've built, where you failed. But, last episode, we talked a lot about franchising, but you really highlight that you are one of the top small business experts in America. And
well, I would correct that.
Okay.
I am the, I know, I'm looking at the camera. I don't know anybody that knows more than I do. How about that? And if somebody wants to challenge me, go for it. Go for it. But I've lived it, breathed it my entire adult life. So I've been very successful at it, and I've failed at it. So if, all these experts out there, it's like, good for you. Most of them are kind of full of shit. So,
like you said, the full manure. Not in just.
No, I'm going to say full of shit here on this time. So, I was too nice on. So everybody that I sent the first podcast to beat up on, they're like, that was tame, Dennis. And what today, Sean? Somebody called me. What did they call me today during the Entrepreneur Source conference?
Oh, the Gordon Ramsay of franchising, and I corrected them. I'm like, no, Gordon Ramsay's the Dennis Mulgannon of cooking.
So. Listen, if you want truth, if you want reality based on experience and not on somebody, reading a book or telling you what they think, but they've never lived it, then good for you. I'm not your guy. If you want experience, if you want trial and error, if you want failure and success, I'm probably your guy. So turn off the podcast if I'm not your guy. I don't really give a shit. And, I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm just trying to be very direct and tell people, because I want the audience that listens to this, to have a reality check. Whether it's a doctor, I have tons of doctor friends, trust me, and they hate their lives. So, sitting in an office without windows all day and doing whatever they do, it's great. Trust me, we need doctors. But I'm just saying that most people in their career are looking for something different. So different sometimes means I keep my day job and that career and that, that beautiful life with my kids and my family, and I'm making sure they're going to go to college. I'm going to pay for that. And I can invest in a business that doesn't negatively impact, hopefully, my W-2 great career that I went to school for and I did all these wonderful things for. That's part of, small business ownership, diversification. Then we have, most people fall into a different bucket, which is, oh shit, I can't get a job, or I'm tired of this. I am tired of the man dictating what I do, the man meaning corporate America, and I'm going to break out. And I've built up a comfort zone. You and I talked about it on the first one where I said, they're what did I say? I don't know what I said, but I said, like, they're in a power position. And you're like, well, it's still scary. And you're 100% right. It's still scary, but at least they have the ability to make a change in their life. Because, if you're going to just sit there in your life and always be dependent upon somebody else to dictate how much money you make, what time you get up in the morning, and what you wear to work, and what, if you can't go into the the diamond lane because there's only one of you driving, and then you tell your spouse and you tell your kids, hey, I'm not going to make soccer practice because the man's telling me to work late. It's a shitty life. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it.
I made really good money doing it, but man,
I know that. And I know that, sorry to interrupt you, and I don't mean to do that. I never want to be disrespectful, but at the end of the day, it sucks. It sucks.
Oh no, it's a total grind. I mean, the quality of life versus quantity of money, it's not an even scale. It's like quality of life, being able to actually, be a dad. Be engaged in my kids' lives. I mean, it's, last 3 years.
Well, let's talk about that and how successful. Oh, my gosh, you guys. So you want to hear this. His daughter, who's like 8'4", maybe not 8'1", 6'1", volleyball extraordinaire player, all this stuff. And her uncle is a pilot for JetBlue in Florida. Lives in Florida. I know that because that's where your mom is, and we're all in NorCal here, Northern California. But his daughter just got a full ride to one of the most prestigious airline colleges. Yes, they have those. But you talk about it because it's so impressive. I'm like just blah, blah.
No, the humble brag. Gosh, I couldn't be more proud of Kelly. And, it's she got a full academic ride, gets to go and to play volleyball. Are you kidding?
Oh, darn.
She loves her sport and has always wanted to be a pilot, seeing what my brother does and, driving a bus that flies for a living. And just always been passionate about being able to do that. And because of her hard work and, a lot of time and travel and club and all that stuff that we did over the last, 8 years plus, I'm so proud that of her and what she's accomplished, and she just got signed yesterday. So
name the school because the school's impressive.
No, I apologize. Yeah, it's as somebody said, it's sort of the Harvard of Aeronautics. It's Embry-Riddle Aerospace. Pardon me. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, long name, but they've got campuses in Prescott, Arizona, and one in Daytona. And she gets to go play ball at Prescott, and couldn't be prouder.
And she's going to become a commercial airline pilot.
Oh yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah, and for her, being a woman in aviation, historically very few women there, and fantastic opportunity, and gets to learn from some fantastic women and coaches, and again, she gets to go and play ball at the next level. Really proud of that, and so you can tell Dennis has heard me say this over and over, and I just showed up with a sparkle in my eye, a little dance in my step, and just proud papa. But going back to that point was 3 years ago, it was really sort of formational. She's a senior in high school right now, and she couldn't drive back then. I was 4 years ago grinding it out, long nights, weekends. Couldn't make it to every
You worked for a high-tech company, right?
Yeah.
Privately held.
So I was a director of a consulting firm and technology consulting firm, and again, made good money, but realized that, I wasn't going to be able to be, the best of dads. And,
right.
And by the way, her first varsity letter was in snowboarding. So I do pinch myself there. So
all right, no more. We're talking baseball here. It's my friggin' podcast.
I know,
okay?
I take that over, but I'm pretty.
You and Brent on episode 1 took over.
Yeah, but when I pinch myself, I'm like, first varsity letter in snowboarding, and really looking at that, even with my son. Now he's on a Boreal snowboard team, and he has to go snowboarding every Wednesday afternoon. I couldn't do that in the corporate world.
Right.
Oh no, Daddy's got to go ride too while he's in training. But that quality of life, and I think, and believe me, we do well, right? Dennis does really well. So I'm not looking back on that. So you can have both. You can replace that income and grow and be an entrepreneur, own your schedule, control that, and be able to be a good dad, good husband, and not live in a van down by the river, right? You can actually seize the day and do it, and I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I think that you touched on a lot of the touch points, if you will, out there right now. At least the people that I talk to every day, where they feel stuck, or they're not. Stuck is one thing. That means you have a job, and then the folks that have they can't get a job, and that's even scarier. And again, I won't keep referencing episode 1, but we talked about that.
Well, and I think that I was one of those guys who's like, I'm giving my middle finger to the corporate world. Gentleman I just talked to last week, so doing a brand introduction. I love this guy. He's 32. He's got a master's from USC. I'm a Trojan, so really like that. And he realizes he's looking forward, what am I going to do for the next 20 years?
And he's 32?
And he's 32.
Love it.
I love this guy, right? We talk about that, middle manager guy. This guy is on the right path, right trajectory, getting promotions, raises, etc. And he's like, and he's married to a rock star, and his wife's really supportive. And he's like, you know what? I need to be my own boss.
Well, he's looking at it earlier than in a desperate mode, which is super smart if you can. Most of us can't. I couldn't. At age 40, 45, it was like, it's a little bit more difficult because there's more desperation involved. At 32, and he's been successful so far, he's the captain of his own ship, which is very cool place to be.
Well, and I highlight him because I think that, as we talk about small business ownership, entrepreneurship, there's different places. And when you find that, opportunity to open a new chapter or really open a new book, it's that opportunity to do so and seize it. So I was really pumped by that conversation. And, he spent, again, getting a master's from USC. That ain't cheap. And, I even laugh at myself. I graduated from the USC Business School with a degree in entrepreneurship and then went to work for the man for 20 years. So it's like me using this whole cool sound system. I was a DJ once upon a time. I actually had hair. But, what you build these skills and things, and this comes back to me, and now I get it. But actually that degree in entrepreneurship, those are, good training, good understanding how to run a P&L, how to evaluate businesses, how to do all that stuff. But
Right.
at the end of the day it took me 20 years to do it, and it's about doing it and executing. So,
well, and I think, if we have a goal set here, we're here to help. I mean, it's that simple. We've surrounded ourselves by people that, a cliche, but been there, done that. And, they don't BS anybody. And so, if anybody needs help from the perspective of buying an existing business, looking for an existing business, buying a franchise, franchising their company, whatever it is, I mean, that's what we want to do here. And again, I said it, jokingly the first time, we don't need to make money off every deal here. We're, we don't want to be we're selling, but we're not selling here. We want to give content. We want to give legitimate information. If you end up working with us, great. If you don't, or you have a conversation with me or Sean or one of our associates, and you learned even a little bit, you know what? Go team. That's what this is about. We really want to educate people about, small business America and small business ownership.
Well, when you highlight that, I mean, we call it BYOB MBA, right? So the MBA, we talked about a guy down there with the USC MBA, but this is massive business acumen. It's also Mulgannon Business Associate. So when he talks about, when you talk about, connecting you with the right people, supporting you and helping you, that's a key thing that we want to be able to provide. And it might be real estate site selection, which reminds me, we had a brief conversation yesterday. You're actually mentoring somebody who's looking at opening a children's play center out there in the mall. So
we should have her on as she's great. She's super young. She's a single mom, like my mother was. And, she's been given a kind of she's not being told the truth. And so she comes to me for advice, and I give her the truth, and she might not want to hear it, but, I tell her what the facts are, and then they kind of play out. And she's like, oh shit, you were right. I'm like, well, I don't want to be right to be right. I want to be right because I'm trying to help you not make a bad decision on signing a long-term lease at a mall, at a super big mall in Northern California that might not be around next year, right? It could be condos. So again, I mean, all we're trying to do here is just give realistic advice, help people, mentor people. I'm getting, that classic sign over there that I got to shut up here. Well, wait, I have to do, I got to look at the camera correctly. Baseball, America, apple pie. Remember, everything's going to be baseball. So, and he did have, I'm going to show it here. Where'd it go? Where's my 1919 bat?
This was to keep you in check if you digress.
Yeah, so this is literally, where's the camera over there? Literally, Kid Gleason, who was the manager of the 1919 White Sox. This is his...
so you don't have an earpiece in. You got to, speak into the microphone.
This is 1919, I forget, 1919 World Series bat, original. Kid Gleason was the manager of the 1919 White Sox, who played the Cincinnati Reds. And if you, just to correlate this to other stories, Field of Dreams, the movie, 8 Men Out, the movie with D.B. Sweeney. That was where the White Sox became the Black Sox, and they cheated and threw the World Series in 1919. And this is, which I'm very proud to own. And yes, I played baseball, if you can't tell. But this is the manager, Kid Gleason's bat that he hit infield practice. And we got pictures around here somewhere. Hang on. Ugh. So Where's the camera? Damn it. See, I always screw this stuff up. There's the bat. Here we go. So,
So we jump into that because, a big fun part of this is actually sort of sharing a little bit about your collection and what you've been able to accomplish through entrepreneurship and be able to go and, do things that most people don't. So this was one of the bats in that game where they stole the World Series. That's awesome.
Hey, look it up. Wikipedia. I don't know. Look it up. Most of you know Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner. Come on. So anyways, it's about throwing the World Series in 1919, which, booyah.
Very cool.
All right, we're going to end this one. I don't think we ended it that well, but...
No, but we've got our guest coming up. So this is sort of our shoot the crap segment. Talk about what we do.
Halfway through. Yeah.
And then we got great guests coming up after the break.